It's my perspective. Yeah, from my perspective. It's my perspective. Yeah, yo, am I wrong or is it just you? Or did my life show me some things that gave me my view? And if I went through what you went through, would I be you? I don't know. That's too many questions with no answer, but plenty chances for many lessons. Am I willing to learn that it's all perception? That the picture that I paint ain't the one that you sketching? So can we disagree without drawing a weapon? Long as I can understand that it's just your perspective. Yeah, it's my perspective. Yeah, from my perspective.
Yes, welcome back to another night of My Perspective Friday. I hope you had a great week. I'm your host today, Tila Cole, here with some new faces. What's going on, Kentrell?
Great. Everything is great.
Awesome. We got a new person up here called Russell. What's up, Russell? Uh-oh, he frozen.
Oh no!
How we doing?
No!
How we doing?
All right,
All right, what's going on, Miss
No!
Lynn?
girl, I'm glad to be back.
Awesome. What's up, Larry?
Hey, how you doing, Tila?
Doing well. And Keone,
Very
what's
good.
happening with you this week?
I'm
Well,
laughing because Russell's internet's terrible, and now he's
We
gone.
weren't having this issue at the beginning, right?
And when we go live, here it
That's
goes.
right. That's
And
it.
then
That's
I,
it.
I
Well,
don't know.
tonight,
Oh,
go ahead.
I don't know
What
if
you gonna say?
Kentrell is getting ready to talk on the show, as if he's getting ready for a boxing match.
I know he's in it. He's so
Both.
hyped today. He said both.
Hey, funny
Okay.
thing is, y'all, everybody always call me the Energizer Bunny.
Oh.
We gonna compete.
Okay,
Like
we
when
don't
the
want
camera
we
is
don't we don't
on,
want to
I'm
know
like
about
tight.
we don't want to know about your sex life. Let's keep going.
Oh my God. That
Why
is
did
not
he go
what
there?
he said.
Why did
How
he
did
Yo.
we
go
get
there?
there?
Hey, don't.
How
Hey,
did
hey,
we
hey,
get
hold on.
there?
Yeah, you right. We gonna keep it PG. You right.
Well, you
Now, we
know
can
what?
get
That
into
kind
it.
of caveats into our topic today, right?
Okay.
All right
Reality
now.
TV,
Mhm.
right? It's a big
all
thing.
right.
So, our question tonight is reality TV harming our society? So that kind of goes with it because hey, those tapes be out there, Kentrell. I don't know about
Woo!
you, but they be
Is
out there too.
is it stereotypical if I feel like I know where this cast is mostly gonna go based
I
on who
don't
I'm
know.
looking at on the screen?
Possibly.
Oh, no,
I
Nobody
don't
knows
know.
what I'm
we're
gonna
not
say.
going
I'm
there,
gonna
are we
throw
now?
everybody for a
I
curve.
don't know.
So we're gonna start with the newbies of tonight
Uh-huh.
and see what they feeling about reality TV. Kentrell, what you feeling?
Y'all gonna start with me. Y'all think I'm gonna
I
say
am.
something like I agree with it, but actually I'm gonna throw a whole curveball. For real, this is my whole perspective on life, the world, and reality TV. It's not harming, right? It's only harming to the people who don't have the Holy Spirit. If you have the Holy Spirit, it's reality TV you already expected. But if you don't have the Holy Spirit, then the deceived mind, they gonna get deceived. So
So what do you consider the whole experience? What's the whole experience?
I'm saying the Holy
The
Spirit, the
Holy
You said
Holy
the
The
Spirit.
Ghost.
Holy
Holy
you
Spirit?
said the Holy
Yes,
Spirit. That's why I fell out my chair.
Oh
I
my
saw it.
God.
Kentrell, I put my glasses on. I saw
So
that.
Wow.
so what
yes.
that means is you poor Buddhist and Hindu folks, y'all ain't got a chance. Y'all are
Mm,
y'all are all screwed.
Like
wow.
like
The
this
Holy Spirit.
world,
I
it
didn't
Oh
even
can
catch
man.
that.
the
That sounds
world
like
it can deceive the
discrimination to
people
me,
who
but
don't really have the Holy Spirit. But if you have the Holy Spirit, you expect stuff like that. So that stuff don't really bother you. But if you lost in this world, you gonna fall for the bait. You gonna fall for the temptation. Like when I see the all this bad stuff in the world, I'm already knowing that's gonna happen. Like, cause I read my book, I read my Bible, I got the
Okay.
Holy Spirit. And see, that's why I said what I said. Like, I'm goofy. You know what I'm saying? I'm goofy. I laugh at everything, but I'm smart. Like any room, like yo, like you can talk to me about anything. I'm so
Okay.
smart. Once you get to sit down with me one on one, I can tell you about life, tell you about everything. That's why I said I was gonna throw a curveball at y'all. But me personally, I don't think it's hurting society. If you have the Holy Spirit, if you don't have the Holy Spirit, you just lost. Period.
Okay. Okay, so since you went with the Holy Spirit, I'm gonna go over here to the other side to Keone. How you feeling about
Well, look,
reality
so,
TV?
some days I have the Holy Spirit, some days I don't, and I ain't lost, so I don't know. So the only way, what it's harming is reality TV does the same as anything. If, like Israel said it, if the synapses in your brain can't disassociate reality from fiction, you're gonna
Right.
have a problem. It's not even
Right.
reality TV. Larry used to watch Gunsmoke. Did it make him go outside and grab his daddy's rifle and start shooting people? No. You listen to certain music. It doesn't matter. You can, like, my grandmother used to go, well, because my grandmother, everything was the devil. And I'm
Uh
like,
oh.
no, this rap song is not enticing me to go do anything because I have common damn sense.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So no, but I was making fun of Control. But hey, listen, if you're Christian, he's perfectly right. But I always say on this show, everyone's not Christian. So for my people who are different religions,
Right.
you believe in what you believe and you follow those morals, and then you know not to do bad things. The thing that I hate about reality TV is just the depictions of how things are real, but they're not. Like when I watch these shows like Real Housewives or Married to Medicine, and I've said this before, when it's showing that a group of women, the stereotypical group of women who are friends but aren't friends,
Mm-hmm.
and how they can't trust each other or they're always fighting. And that's ridiculous because Lynn's got female friends, and I guarantee you, when they go on trips, it's not always a fight.
Right.
It's not a fight because we don't go on trips if it's going to be a fight.
Right.
Right. So that's
Exactly.
the problem
It's
I
supposed to be
have.
fun.
That's the problem I have reality TV is when someone who's impressionable thinks that that's reality.
Yes, that makes
Right.
sense. What about you,
Somebody
Russell?
back.
What you feel about reality TV, Russell?
Well, what I think is, hopefully you guys can hear me and I'm not glitching out right now, but what I think is it kind of distorts a depiction of what an ideal life is. And I think with social media lately just been on such a rise, we all are getting so much saturation of what we think we should look like, what we think we should be. And we look at these celebrities and these reality TV stars and we kind of put them on a pedestal. And I think that's a really hard thing to take in for people that have to kind of compare themselves when that's not what you should be doing in life. You should be only comparing yourself against yourself yesterday, you know? Like, try to get better every day. And if you look at these people who live these lives that are so, in a sense, over exaggerated, kind of distorted, it's made to be entertaining. We kind of get this feeling that this is what we need to be. And I have actually even seen it with my girlfriend. She was watching the show. I'm looking on it right now. But essentially, it's like couples all go to this place and then they switch partners. And then they have to date someone else for a while. And so then she's getting all this information, and because it's so engaging, she can't stop watching it. And then the next thing I know, she's coming at me with all these problems, and I'm like, whoa, wait, I thought everything was good between us. But ultimately, I think...
Russell, go ahead. You got a lot of static coming from your mic. Try to unplug and plug back in your audio.
And we had a comment from the audience that said some people that claim to have the Holy Spirit have a very hard time dealing with reality. Church can be like reality TV at times. How do y'all feel about that?
And that's coming from two people who go to church a lot. Lisette and Clarence are married, and we all know Lisette. She's a
Right.
good woman. So
Thank
there's,
you for joining us, homegirl.
yeah.
Absolutely.
What's the resemblance between church and reality TV?
The resemblance.
Well, you said that they're like the same.
You
Well,
said church can
I'm
be
gonna
like
tell you.
reality
I'm gonna tell you from me being growing up in church at the stereotypical black church. It was reality TV. If I thought about it, to me, when I'd go into church and I'd sit there, you got the women over there who church is not supposed to be about what you wear, but they try to outdress each other every Sunday. You got the First Wives Club, I used to call it over there, where
Yes.
everybody slept with everybody's husband.
Mm.
That's the gossip section over there. You've
Right.
got you've got the holy rollers over here. They give the most donations, so they think they're important. And it
Right.
can be a reality show. Now, that's not me saying that's how church is, but everybody who's been to church knows what I'm talking about. But
Exactly.
everybody doesn't go to church for the same reason. It's disguised as the same reason, but everyone
Mhm.
doesn't go to church for the same reason.
And
Well, there
church can
may
be a
be.
show because some churches, have that reality. It depends if it's music, if it's the word, and it gives you entertainment value depending on the pastor sometimes and what the choir is doing, what the band is. So sometimes it can be like that as well, just for what you see and what you hear, and then what goes on behind the scenes.
I think Clarence is agreeing with you because Clarence is not saying for viewers who are watching. He's not generally sweeping. He's not saying church is a show. That's
Right.
what it says. Sometime church is just a show. So
Exactly.
again, they're not bashing it because they go to church. I mean, you get just being realistic.
Right. What you feel about reality TV being harmful to society, Larry?
Well, I happen to think TV is like an oxymoron because it's not reality TV. It's
Right.
Right.
100% scripted, and I mean, it's like you go on this deserted island all by yourself and try to survive for 30 days, but you're all by yourself with a full production crew.
Larry, they made that show. It's called Survivor.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
talking
true.
about.
Right.
And people think that's reality TV, and it's absolutely not.
Well, you know what? What I want to remind folks is the reality TV is reality TV. It is entertainment. And what happens is that too many times people look at reality TV as reality versus it's entertainment. And so when people are not grasping the fact that it's about ratings, all right? Because let's face it, it is still business, it is still entertainment. And
Yes.
so, the only way show A is going to stay on TV is ratings. So, we're going to give you whatever is going to get ratings. Now, the
Right.
sad part, and the part that leads us to the discussion on is it harming our society, is the realization that we have so many people that are engaged in watching reality TV because they believe it's reality.
Right.
And
Well, if
that
you really
goes
think
back.
about it, and when they start out, it's supposed to be reality because they have cameras set up everywhere. They monitor everything you do. That is real. That is reality. And then
Right,
when they don't get enough drama, like you said, for the ratings,
right.
that's when they start saying, "Okay, let's add this, let's do that." And then when it gets too out of whack, they want to only put out there what they've scripted and not the
Right.
real parts of it.
There
So
was
what I
there was a reality TV show that was about just that. And I forget, I was in LA and my cousins were watching it. I forget the name of it because I don't get engaged in reality TV. But it was about the fact that you got people that agreed to be on the show, agreed to be followed by the cameras, and then
Hmm.
one half of the couple said, I don't like this. I don't want to do this. But I will tell
Right.
you an eye opener was about a month or so ago. Ice T was on
Mm.
one of the nighttime, shows like Tonight shows. I forget the show.
Okay.
And he really spoke about his coming to grips with or becoming fully aware of reality TV not being reality, and it related to his beginning to transition from a thug. I'm serious.
Okay.
Transition from when he decided that he was really wanting to move into his music
Hmm.
happened at a point in time when he was on a Robin crew. And it happens that this night he was promoting a book that he and the guy that he used to be associated with published a book to be able to say, guys, what you think you're going after is not what you want.
Well, that's
But
that's with a lot of things. That it could be, what we present as entertainment. Period. That field the audience sees the glitz and glam. They see the after effects, right? They don't see what's put into anything, whether if you're a singer, a rapper, a producer, an actor, a model, whatever it is in entertainment, you just see the finished product. They
Right.
don't see the hard work and all the things that other people go through, the bad parts.
Right.
So a lot of it is, you know, real, but they don't see the hard work behind it as
In
well.
his case, it was the reality of being a rapper and finally seeing when he started doing performances that all the bling, all of this, it's like, okay, that's set. That's
Right.
props. That's
Mhm.
not what I thought I was going after. Okay.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Lynn, because a lot of times on reality shows, when you see these reality TV stars all dressed up, glitz and glam, that ain't their outfits. That ain't their cars. That's
Right.
not
That's
their own
props.
personal stuff. That's
Right.
stuff that they got from the shop over there. So that's
Right.
another good point as well.
He
Hey,
said,
ladies, the guys are on the show too.
What talk? Nobody told you not to talk. Speak.
No way.
Try to be respectful, you know.
Hey, so you know, one of the things that they do that is reality is some of the shows they are scripted, but what happens is they don't tell the participants what they do. So what they do is they take people. Someone put it this way: it's a fake show that has writers that takes people who aren't actors and puts them in situations. So if they know Tequila and Lynn are having a problem, they'll write it so that you two end up like in the two chairs next to each other.
right.
Um, because
They
they know,
found out that somebody was sleeping with somebody's boyfriend and bring it up when they
And-
were supposed to.
and people who complain that reality TV is too messy, it's our fault. If they showed 5 women going on a trip and having fun and coming back and singing Kumbaya, the show's gonna end. So someone's got to throw a drink. Someone's got to scream at somebody. My only reality TV show I really, really, really liked was this show called The Joe Schmo Show, where they took this
I don't know
one
that.
guy and put him on a reality TV show. But what he didn't realize was that every single other person was actually a trained actor. He was the only regular person. So
Oh,
they
wow.
put him through the ringer. He made friendships. They yanked that person off the show. And so that was a pretty cool show. But again, reality TV show is just like music, video games, anything else. I want people to stop making excuses for their terrible behavior. That's what I want.
Right.
Stop blaming the devil. Stop blaming video games. Stop blaming TV. Stop
Right.
blaming music. Your bad behavior is
Is
anything
your
that
bad
I've done,
behavior.
anything that I've
Bad
done,
behavior. Right.
anything that I've done wrong in life. I knew what the fuck I was doing.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Then.
yeah. Hey, now I thought a few episodes back we
Yeah.
blamed all this on social media.
No,
So
that
what?
was Sean that blamed all this on social media. I didn't blame it on social
I
media.
heard it. I heard it someplace. Yeah.
That was the other black guy.
You was in the right place. This is the wrong person.
Can I cut in?
Right,
for a
like-
second?
Russell, have we lost you?
Control. Yeah, Russell's frozen. Control wants to say something. Go ahead, Control.
Can you
Okay,
guys
come
yeah.
on,
hear me anymore?
Control.
About the reality TV show, guys. If you guys don't know, I have been on a reality TV show. It is Kiani. Have you seen you seen the reel, right?
Mhm.
Yes, it is scripted. It's fun, but like Kiani said, you do have to have the drama. Somebody has to throw a drink. So that's like ignites it. But
Oh, yes.
overall, my experience on the reality TV show, it was very fun. It was ratchet, raw.
It was ratchet.
Ratchet and raw. Okay,
Ratchet
how did the
and raw.
Holy Spirit? Hold on. You brought up something. Ratchet and raw. So how did the Holy Spirit work with you with the ratchetness and the rawness?
I liked it because it was a black cast, right? So like I could relate to the wordplay. Think of Love and Hip Hop. I could relate to the wordplay very good, and the characters that was on the set, they were all great. They played their roles to a T. Like
Right.
Kanye said, they hired professional actors. We all was professional actors, so we got all together. We went over the script and we performed the show. It was great. I had so much fun.
But was it reality or not?
Hold on, but you know what's? Hold on. You know what?
Yeah, it's reality to me because girls they can't get along for how they be hitting head. They always got to say
Hold
something.
on, wait. Did you just say
They
girls
shut their
can't get
mouth.
along? See, that's a
Tina,
stereotype. That's a stereotype.
Watch,
Yeah,
watch,
Tina.
watch this. Watch this. When girls, they get more jealous than a guy. If a guy jealous of another guy, right? They not gonna speak on it like that. A girl will speak on it right then and there. They can't hold it. Now, I'm not saying all ladies. I'm sorry. It just sounds very bad. Y'all about to.
So let me tell you something, Contrell. Let me tell you something. You keep that up, and you're gonna be another 3-timer on this show.
I know it.
You don't know.
Tina,
I'm just
do you
getting
want
ready to
Yes.
say that now would be a good time to stop. Huh?
sis, do you want to bite first or me?
No, but
No,
hold
I'll
on.
let you bite first. I'll let you
Uh-oh.
bite
Oh,
first.
wait,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be like Russell.
I'm gonna be holding it in like whoop.
Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
wasn't done.
All right, well go ahead. We're gonna let you finish and then we're gonna get you. Just
So
know.
reason being why I say like the ladies, they really can't hold that anger in. I know if y'all go to workplaces, who always arguing? It's the females. Am I making this up? Am I making this up?
You are
Am
making.
I right or wrong?
This is your perspective. I have to remember the show. My perspective. This is yours.
By the fellas, all the guys' face, I feel like I'm right. Like, and I think you guys are about to prove me right with your words.
Oh no! Don't bring it up. Me and Russell and Larry are minding our own damn business. We over here. I'm trying to drink my water. Larry over here on the phone, and Russell's laughing. You keep talking. You do you, boo boo.
Listen. I said my piece, but it's no hard feelings. That's just I just feel like the females. It's always an argument with them. Yeah, that's all I got to say. You can have the floor, Miss Lynn.
Go ahead, Lynn.
No, you go.
Woosah.
Woosah.
Why y'all don't-
Oh my God. Okay, so this is stereotypical. This is the reason why reality TV sucks because
Right.
they always try to show that especially black women can't get along, right? Because a lot of times when you see it, but yes, you do see a lot of reality shows that are not minorities. They're all different ethnicities, and they show that women can't get along. So that's always been the thing, and that's not true. That is 100% not true. A lot of times we know how to speak our piece behind the scenes and not show out. But again, reality TV is showing it in a different perspective. In real life, that's not always the point. We can talk and be cordial and get along the next day, and then it depends on the maturity level of the females that you're
There we
talking
go.
about as
There
well.
we go. I was just going to say I'm going to blame it on the writers. Okay, because and therein lies the observation. When you listen to, I mean, the writers have written it a certain way according to what they believe is the entertainment that people want to see. Okay? But because people like myself, Tila, we might school you, but we don't have to. We'll chop you down in little pieces differently. Okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The bottom line is we don't have to catfight to clarify what needs to be clarified. And that's the issue that we have. That the writers make it as though the catfight is between us. And that ain't got nothing to do with it. The reality is, this is the point of view that's real. Has nothing to do with I'm against Tila's against. Now, because we're going to stand up in the corner together.
Oh yes, like Lisette says that's right. Every black woman is not a drama queen.
Well, there is one thing that happens a lot, whether it's in reality TV and in life, and this is a whole different topic, but we're talking about the showing of two women fighting, whether they're white or black. One of the things that always annoys me is when I see a guy cheating with two different women, and those two women are fighting in front of the guy. And they're fighting each other. And I'm just looking at both of them. I'm like, hit him.
Right. Go after him. Right.
Why are you all fighting?
And in real life, that doesn't always happen. So that's why I don't
No,
like
no.
that
That's
narrative.
look. I grew up in a different place than what I sound like, and I saw it on a
Yeah,
daily
that's what I said.
basis.
It doesn't happen everywhere. It's not a reality everywhere,
Right.
But yes, you're right.
I've seen
Sometimes
it in
people do
Florida.
that.
I've
Because I'm
seen
not
it.
fighting over no man. Because if you lose the fight, he
That,
gonna go
no,
whoever he wants to anyway.
that's you. But I've seen it in Florida when I lived there. I've seen it in Texas when I lived there. I've seen it in Missouri when I lived there. I've seen it in South Carolina when I
So
lived there.
are you saying that men don't fight over women?
I've seen it in Georgia when I lived there.
Are you saying men don't fight over women, or just women fight over men?
I rarely see guys fight over women. They're like, you know what? She's yours, bro. And if guys fight
That's that
over
part right.
women, but there's a difference. Two guys can't turn and beat up a woman for cheating on.
Russell, please chime in. Russell, I see you shaking your head.
All
Get
right.
it, get it in.
What came before reality TV? Soap operas. And what is
Right.
soap
Mm.
television that is all about the drama? People
It's
are
all
sleeping,
about the ratings.
people are having kids with each other, people are killing each other, and all this crazy stuff in this one episode. So you take that from the past and then what reality TV is today, it's like it's been ingrained in us over years that drama is television. Lynn, you
Yeah.
said it earlier, that negative publicity, that negative thing that we all love to see. Unfortunately, it's bad, but that's what we're
Hmm.
like, trained to look at now. We don't see all the positive, loving things as much as we see negative stuff on social media, on the news, and it's just like with the whole idea with the whole men fighting over women and all this stuff. In reality, I don't think I think Keanu made it a little bit more simplistic than that, but yeah, it's like both like the same girl. Who has the better chance and who she likes, she picks. That's how I.
Well, when you say the social media, I always say this because I used to be that person that always railed on social media for being negative, and somebody brought it to my attention. Well, what are you watching and what are you looking at and what are you liking? When I stopped liking, watching, and commenting on a bunch of negative stuff, it stopped popping up in my feed. If
Right.
The
you want to
algorithm.
watch, if you want to watch Waffle House fights at 2 a.m., you're gonna get more and more ratchet
Waffle
videos. So
House.
you're gonna
Right.
think everything's falling apart. This is not a new thing. If you go back on YouTube and look at some old show, like Larry, you remember the Newlywed Game
I
Yeah.
and
love
Oh
the
yeah,
newlywed
oh
game.
yeah.
the dating,
Dating,
the dating.
Dating
dating.
game.
You go back and watch those clips, and you realize some of those people were extras because now they're famous actors. You're like,
Yes.
wait a minute, they
Yes.
were a contestant on the. That was an actor, and just like
Hmm.
Contrell, when I got to be on an extra on a reality TV show, that's when I realized my suspicions were true. I was in Miami. It was one of those. I can't remember what reality TV show is, but the guy was supposed to surprise his girlfriend by showing up in Miami. Which, when I said they take people and put them in real situations, but it's written, they wrote it, but she didn't know that. So she
Hmm.
was generally surprised when he walked into the restaurant. But then they
Right.
said cut because he forgot the flowers. So now he had to walk back out, hand him the flowers, and she had to act surprised all over again.
Right.
So that's
Right.
where it's like it's like a mixture. But again, our biggest
Yeah, it's a reality to the reality show.
yeah, but our biggest point is if you're allowing reality TV to dictate your life, it's just as bad as if you're watching a regular movie, TV show, cartoon, or playing a video game, and you're letting it affect and dictate how you should act in society.
So, what are some of the false narratives that you feel like is presenting, especially to the youth when they're watching this? Because a lot of, I'm not gonna say the adults and the older people are not watching, because I have a couple that I do watch and some of them I would never watch. But do you feel like there are some false narratives that
Yes,
are getting our youth?
one
Yes.
big one that I have that doesn't have to do with fighting and ratchetness is rich people. It shows rich people doing a lot of things that rich people don't do. A lot of rich people are very frugal, okay? And it shows like Yo MTV House. That's been debunked because a lot of the houses were rented and it wasn't even
Hmm.
their house.
Right.
Right.
Redman was the only person that said nope, and they toured his actual house, which looked nothing like $1 million.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and so that's the thing. People think when they have money, they've got to do what rich people do, not realizing a lot of rich people don't do that. Billionaires do it. How many times have you heard millionaire gone broke? You've heard it a billion times. How many times do you hear billionaire gone broke?
Well, that's a lot
Right.
of going broke.
That's a lot. Yes. What are you doing? Right.
What are
Right.
you doing? Right, right.
What do you think, Larry? Any false narratives on reality shows?
With $1 billion, you could do something like buy Twitter, you know. But
Yeah. That part.
Right.
That part.
you know, hey,
You can change the world. Right.
So that's the
No,
false
I-
narrative.
I happen to think reality TV, particularly towards younger people, is very detrimental because it gives them a false impression that that is reality, when in fact that we all know that it's not. That's like, wrestling,
Yes.
that has never been real.
Right.
There you go. Yes.
I know he is not tripping over that real fact. That was
You
just.
don't think it's real? Larry, you bring your ass down here and I'll show you how real it is, Larry. You
Oh,
come down
my
here,
word.
3,000, Bristol Creek Drive, Morrisville, North Carolina, area code 27560, and I'll show you how freaking real it is when I power drive your ass through this window.
Wow, if I
exactly
was
how
doing
I
it that
feel.
easy, I'd have done this a long time ago.
That was.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
It was his
But
promo.
you're absolutely right, 100%, Larry. Wrestling is not real.
Oh, before you, Larry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is reality TV.
This is real reality TV.
Call a 911 there, you know?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Clarence says if reality TV causes you to behave in a negative manner, you should stop watching it.
Watching it.
100%. Yes.
You can't. It's like a drug for some people.
I would tell you.
I-
I would tell you very interesting what I consider a false narrative. When you watch these hookup shows, Bachelor, Bachelorette, whatever, on the island, on the beach, whatever, love, whatever. You know, I'm like, look, somebody gonna be diseased and heartbroken by the time we get through because we done swap partners and all of this. And what most people don't deal with is, first off, the show was probably shot over 6 months period of time. Okay, but the way it comes across is like, okay, I'm gonna be with Fred tonight. Next week I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check out Tom, you know. And so when you think about what is it saying to people, you know, especially our young people, it's like, guys, don't live your life like that. Okay, you cannot find love in a hot tub. Oh,
Oh, yeah, you can.
Love in a hot tub. That's a new show. That's a new show, Lynn. You just brought up a new show. Love in the hot tub. Y'all
love in the
cannot. We
hot
gotta
tub.
copyright that. You done wrote a whole new show.
Okay, I
I
mean,
think that's the topic for next Friday, isn't it?
When you see that show come out, make sure you get your credit.
Larry said that's a topic for next
that's
Friday.
the topic for next Friday. I'm like, you know what are we telling people? Just sleep around. You got 6 weeks. Try out 10 different people and figure out which one you love. Those
That's
are
like
the
that new
false
one.
narratives
That's like that
that
new
I
show that's out now. I have never watched it, but I've seen it advertised about this woman has like 10 to 12 men in one house with her. And I'm like, how does that work? For real? No.
Listen. If I want to sleep with 5 people next week, I don't need a show to do it. Okay.
Correct.
There you go.
People do
There
that
you go.
every day. You're
That's why
absolutely
you
right.
got your cell phone, huh?
Yeah. That's OG.
What false narrative you think is hitting the youth out there, Kentrell?
Kentrell don't even know
I
where
like
to go
exactly
right
what
now.
Ben said.
Say
What'd you say,
that
Lynn?
again, Kentrell.
I liked it what you said because when I was younger, I used to watch Flavor Flav.
Oh,
So anybody know what Flavor Flav is?
Yeah, Flavor
yes.
Love. Yep,
That
Flavor.
was the nastiest. Like, ugh, I could not stand it. I could.
And so my man used to have like I think it was like 20 girls. I was just amazed. I'm like, yo, he got all these girls. That could be me. I be fooled. Like they really got me. I'm like, yo, he is lucky because I be crushing over the girls. I be looking at the show. I'm like, oh yeah, she right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she right. I couldn't pick which one I liked it because all of them was hard. But as I got older, I realized it was fake. He did not sleep with all of those girls. So it
Clarence said
definitely
she
had
must have
me.
been naked and afraid.
Man, it got me. It got to me when I got older. Cause I really thought I thought he was like that. But
Yeah.
false narrative. If you a kid, if you under 14, you probably it got you too. If you want 14 years
Hey,
old, got you.
that
If you
show
older,
that show put confidence in a lot of people because a lot of guys are like, damn,
If
if
Flavor
this
Flav can do it.
guy, well, I need
bang,
to step my game up.
bang. I'm like this guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Ugly.
listen, they
Whoop my life.
actually did a test at my college, right? They took 300 men and they put them in a room and they showed them women and they got to grade them from beautiful to average to ugly. And so the men graded the women. And then they took the same women, jumbled up the pictures, and would put them in front of a house or a sports car or anything like that. And mostly all the scores were the same. Now, when they brought the women in and they judged the men, attractive, average, and ugly. And then when they put those men in front of certain things, like the people that were average, now that they're in front of a big old house, they were attractive. And the people that were ugly in front of a nice Lamborghini were now average. And some of those guys that were average, who had on now like a trash man suit, were now ugly. So when they finished the project, they were like, "Ooh, who's really more vainful and materialistic here?" Because the guy still said the woman was ugly no matter what she was in. But those
Yeah,
men,
but the question would have been, who would you screw? It totally been a different totally
woo,
thing.
no, but it was based on how they looked, and now I look better because I'm in front of a Lamborghini. But to the guys, you could put her in front of a Lamborghini in a
And she
bikini,
still
she was
looks
still
fine.
ugly.
And
Wow.
sometimes it depends too. Cause I see people think the face they call them fugly because I guess the face is ugly but the body's right or something like that. And then like Clarence says, money talks. So
A
that's
butter,
the
a
vain part of
butterhead.
it.
It's called a butterhead, Larry.
The
You know what a
butterhead.
butterhead
Never
is,
heard of
Larry?
it.
A butterhead.
What in the
Everything look good but a head.
ah,
Mmm.
okay,
Mmm.
I thought I lost the topic we were on, so
No.
but
Russell, what
ahead,
false
okay.
narratives did you feel is being projected to the youth out
Oh
there
man.
with reality TV?
Uh, um, you know, it's funny that Gary brought up the wrestling and how crazy Johnny got about it because I loved wrestling as well, growing up and everything. And we were talking about do men fight over women? And the funny thing about wrestling is if, like, let's say a guy's dating one of these other superstars or these divas, as they're called, and then another guy wants to date this diva, they go, "I'll see you at WrestleMania." And it's just like, and I think it's funny how it's obviously it's a show that promotes entertainment, but it could be or it can be taken
Uh-oh.
in as violence and promote violence because a lot of people grow up on television and grow up on these reality shows because maybe they have broken families and they don't have parents that are always there for them, or they're working two jobs and all this stuff, so they watch TV. That's getting ingrained in them at an early age, especially with women. They're watching these at a young age, and then they're getting, oh, this is what a relationship be. This is what I'm supposed to have. But we all know every relationship we had is different. And there's no way that our relationship that we have with our significant others over the time is going to match what we have in reality TV. So it brings a lot of fear in me talking about social media and all this stuff that this new generation, are they going to be aware enough to see
Nope.
past that?
No,
Kinda,
because because you know what? Most of the ones in the generation are way smart enough. That synapses in your brain comment that I said earlier was actually told to me by a 14-year-old. It's every generation says it. I mean, I make fun of Larry, but Larry watched Gunsmoke and the Rifleman and Bonanza. They're shooting guns.
All
Like
three
it's
of
like,
them. Yes.
yeah, it's like stop it. Um, get a role model and parent your kids. All of this is lazy parenting.
I agree.
Okay,
Mm.
because
Can't always say that it's lazy parenting because there are a lot of stresses that parents go through. Granted,
mhm.
I'm myself, I have a brother and a sister, both parents, and they're there for them. But there's a lot of things that pull them in different directions. So it's realizing that you can't be selfish if you have a child. You know, you have to put them first. and that is
Well, that's what I'm saying, because I always tell parents, even though I don't have kids, but people act like you never were a kid. When kids come to you and they behave in a way, or they ask you questions, that's not time to run off because you don't feel like talking about that subject at the time. They're showing you, I want you, Dad. Like if a girl comes to you talking about boys and she's 12, that's your daughter saying, Dad, here's the conversation. I'm ready to have it. Instead of, you don't need to be talking about boys, blah, 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 blah. Because
Right.
now she's going to figure it out some other way.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then you want to come in when she's 17 and try to lay down. It's too late. She has now spent 4 years learning it from someone else.
Somewhere,
It's
someone, the book, reality TV.
yeah,
I,
you know,
I, I,
it's the option of being informed or misinformed.
Right.
Any way you look at it, information is going to flow.
Yeah.
Right.
And who's going to control the narrative?
Mm-hmm.
You
But
know,
yes.
too much. And I don't know. I mean, somebody mentioned earlier, and I think it's probably true. Too many times we blame it on the media we watch because we just don't know better.
Right.
The media is just like TV. They give us people complain about the media, but when there's happy stories in the media, no one comments. I saw a video of a woman in Georgia that got the police called on her because she was stealing in Dollar General. The police cop showed up. It was a black woman. The cop showed up. He was white, and I'm saying this for a reason. He found out she had 4 kids and had gotten laid off. I'm not saying that this was right for him to do. He paid for her groceries. They
Yep.
helped each other, and he sent her on the way. That was in the news cycle for 2.5 seconds because even though the video's still up, I can go back and look at that video, and there's like 70 comments. Now, if that cop dragged her out of the store by her hair,
Right.
it would be on for 2 months, and
Right.
there'd be 75 million comments on that video.
True.
So, can we blame the media for giving us what we keep asking for? Not we on this dang it, not us on this show, but society as a whole. When they show nice things, you don't want to see it.
So,
And that's
let me
sad.
ask you this,
And
Keone,
that's
and
sad.
maybe this is another topic. Why have we gotten to a society? Why has society become so engrossed in accepting the negative
It
and
has
desiring, clinging? You know, it's like you said, people open up their social media. They look for what's
Entertainment.
outrageous.
What they
man,
call consider
man.
entertainment.
And here's the thing. I don't think society has gotten that way. Society's been that way since its inception. We just have different tools. Like my mom used to sit around with her friends and do the same gossiping that she can do on social media now. Only thing is that we all get to see it now. All the things that are happening now, the Karens, the violence, brutality, infidelity, all these things have always been happening, and we always call it the decay of morals. Like young people having babies, we say the decay of morals. It's been happening. You know how many aunts and uncles that move into a town and their grandma raised them because the family has moved her away because she had.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely. Oh, he got cut off somewhere. But that's true. That's true. But that's
John,
another
you
thing.
wanted to say something.
I
we
was
lost
about
Keone.
to say something. The reason
Go
why we see all this violence and negativity, people gravitating to negativity. This world is full of wicked. That's why you see all these murders, killing. It's not gonna stop. If you have a wicked mind, you're gonna gravitate to negativity. If you lost, if your spirit, it starts with your spirit and your mindset. If anybody in here follow me on Instagram, I'm positive. I don't be reposting all this negativity, violence. I uplift. But the world is not for the Holy Spirit. I'm gonna keep saying it's true. It's gonna keep getting worse. It's already getting worse.
No, it's not.
They trying to force us to put stuff in our body that we don't want. Like, if
It's not.
you should trust no man for one. For one, you should trust no man. Now we getting real. We getting real. Like this gonna shut everything down. The world is wicked. If you have the Holy Spirit, you will understand that. The world is not going to get better to the end of time.
No, no,
Simple as that.
no.
Everybody watches.
And when you say the world is wicked, what can you expound on when you say the world is wicked? Because that's like a real big generalized
Right.
statement.
Right. That's general.
Yeah. Listen, this is what wicked means. You cannot do right. You can't beat temptation. All of us, we are human flesh. We are in flesh, right? So our flesh is weak. We be tempted to do something bad. Like, let's say we got a bad habit. We tempted to do something like smoke. We know that's bad for our body. We tempted to drink.
I mean, the world has a lot of temptations, but it's up to the person on how it affects them or not.
Right. So listen,
They
It's-
participate or not.
you're not. Yeah, alcohol's not great for you. Because you decide to have a glass of wine every night before you go to bed doesn't make you wicked. If you can't function because of your drinking and you're not going to work and you're treating people like crap, then that's a vice that's making you wicked. The world is not getting any worse. First of all, the world started off as very barbaric, okay? The world's not getting worse. Again, we are privy to see everything that we weren't able to see. When I was a kid in Miami, I didn't see bad things that happened in Portland, Oregon. Now, because of the internet and phones, I can see those things. Those things were always happening. There is so much positivity in the world. That's why we teach it in class. You have to stop wanting to see the negative and see the positive.
And see the positive.
Everybody likes a train wreck, okay? Just like when you drive down the street and there's an accident. You find out you've been sitting in traffic for 2 hours, and when you get up there, the accident's not even on your side of the road. It's on the other side of the road, but everybody's trying to peek. There's so much positive. There's more positivity on the internet than negative. You have to make the conscious decision to push yourself towards the positive, right?
Right.
Not the negative.
Absolutely.
And I don't care if you're Christian, if you're Hindu, if you're Buddhist, if you're Muslim, if you're whatever.
What happened? Oh, he's he still keep
Yeah, it kicked me out too. It kicked me
Yeah,
out too.
it keep kicking out.
He didn't
But
catch
yes,
my
absolutely,
speech, though.
because I know I have to tell people a lot of times, oh, you see bad things. Well, it's not only happening here. It's happening in other places. Every places have good in between and bad places. It's gonna happen. No matter where you are, where you go, how old you are, it's good. You just gotta balance it out for yourself, for your spirit, as Kentrell would say. Whatever
Well,
works for
besides-
you. Right?
No, that's very true, but I think the people with the negative attitudes on things are just more vocal about it.
Why does it only freeze when I go on a rant?
You and
It
Kentrell.
did it for me too.
You and
yeah.
Kentrell, it keeps kicking out.
Control, society ain't ready for us. Every time we get in our rant, we freeze. He done froze again. Every time we get in our rant, we freeze. But what I was saying before I freeze again, I don't care what I'm one of those people that, hey, whatever religious background you are, that's your belief and that's fine.
Right.
It's like someone just told me, it doesn't matter what religion you are, you can still be a good person. I had a woman that I used to work with that was super religious. And she came to me one day in my office. She says, John, I said, what? She goes, you won't believe what happened to me. I said, what happened? I was trying to get these boxes out of my car, and everybody kept passing me. And one of my friends who goes to church with me walked outside, saw me, and walked back in. And then this man walked up in the suit and says, can I help you? And I said, sure. He picked up all my boxes, and as we were walking, I said, God bless you. You have such a good soul. He said, ma'am, I'm an atheist. And she came to me and she was like, I said, why are you shocked that an atheist did something nice for you? Doesn't mean he's a bad person. He just doesn't believe in what you believe in.
Right.
So you can be a good person no matter what your belief is. It's up to you. Now, we know circumstances, like I talked about earlier, guidance. It can come anywhere in your life. As a child, as a teenager, as a 20-year-old, as a 30-year-old, you have to be willing to accept it, whether it's through religion or through a role model or someone who can guide you in the right direction. I'd be a fool to sit here and tell you, anyone who knows me knows I'm not a super Christian, okay? I'm Christian by birth because I was born in America, all right? And my philosophy is just be a fucking good person. I don't care what religion you are. Be a good person.
Yeah,
Larry, finish your statement. That was good, Keone. Larry, you remember your statement because I know when you get cut off, you forget. Did you finish?
I, dang, that's cold.
That didn't come out the way you meant it,
Mm.
Tequila.
No, it didn't. But I know he was
I-
talking when you came back
I
in.
haven't
Are you
taken a hit
trying
this
to
whole
say
show.
he had a senior moment? No.
No. Go ahead, Larry.
I say I have not had one hit this whole time, so we're okay.
Wow, there it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry said because of Cantrell, I can't even smoke my weed. Damn.
Yeah, there you go. But I honestly don't. I don't remember what I was saying, but I believe it had something to do with uh, uh, people with the negative attitudes and all that were more vocal than the people that were more positive.
Right,
Yeah,
Right.
that's exactly
Is
what
that
you were
right?
saying.
right.
Was that
That's,
right?
that's what you were saying. Yes.
Hey, okay.
Yes.
We were.
That's
Yeah.
where you were.
Yeah, and I don't think religion's got anything to do with it either. It's it's a personal thing, and if somebody wants to be negative, they're going to be. They don't need to bring everybody else down with them.
Right. Lisette said just be a good person. Point
That's right.
blank, period. Yep.
That's right.
If we
And
just
say-
believe the world is going to hell, then why try to improve things? Is what Clarence said.
Because I'm still alive and I gotta live in it.
That's
Oh my
right.
word. So with all the reality shows that are out there, even though some of us may love to watch them, some of us like no. Is there one show that you just cannot stop watching, regardless of the reality is not reality? Does anybody
I-
have a favorite that they go to?
No, I can honestly say I have never watched a reality show. I never liked the concept. Um, when you see
What a
this
surprise.
naked and whatever it is out there,
Naked and Afraid.
Larry would know.
Hey, they could've probably did
Larry, we just caught you. We just
Hey,
caught you, Larry. You
No.
were mad. You were mad because when you heard Naked and Afraid, you thought you was gonna see a bunch of naked people, and you ain't seen no naked people.
there's not a single one on there.
They are naked on there.
He's like, I did go and look. Right.
See, if there was, you could do that without paying a monthly fee for it.
Lisette says, talk to them, talking to you about your kids about reality TV. She said, I caught my son with his girlfriend in my house, and I had to talk to him about, sex as a single mom. So sometimes when kids come to you about certain things they may see or hear, they come to you for a reason. So definitely
need
talk
to
to them.
clarify,
Let it come
right.
from you before it comes from someone else, and they give them a false narrative.
Talking
That was a
about
good one, Lisette.
talking about the last question you just asked, I've watched some reality TV. It's not my go-to. I see it in passing. So most of the time I see reality TV, I'm at somebody else's house. I'm more into non-reality. Give me fantasy. I don't want to see reality. That's the whole reason of me turning my TV on. If I want to see women fighting, I know exactly where I can go in real life.
So you want to see fantasy on TV and
Yeah,
not real life, is
show
what
me
you're
the
saying?
rings of,
Crazy.
show me the Rings of Power. Show me Sandman on Netflix. I want to see fantasy. I don't want to see real things. I don't want to see broke. Like, why do I want to see poor people? I got poor people around me. Let's just show me elves and stuff. I want to see that.
Most of the time, the acting is really bad too.
Yeah,
You're like, it isn't even engaging unless you really thrive on the drama. You
yeah,
really what happens next. And
right. Naked and afraid. I'm a little overweight right now. I'm naked and afraid every time I take a shower.
Oh my word! Kentrell, do you have one that you might go to periodically, even though if you don't want to, but you watch it anyway?
For reality, I do love Naked and Afraid because I used to always watch it. Right when I was little, I used to watch it for the female. Like, who got the? You know what I'm saying? I used to watch it for that. But as I got older, I was like, yo, could I survive on it? I was like, nah, I can't survive 21 days out there. But I realized it was staged also. But I really thought they was out there like, I've seen people eating snakes, eating spiders. I'm like, nah, y'all OD. I can't do it. I'm down on day one. But I made me watch.
Say, I'm going to stay home. That's it. I'm just going to stay home.
Right. Russell, do you have a go-to that you might watch?
I try with my girlfriend. I try to watch it possible.
It's toxic.
And I don't want to like take the fun away from her, so I let her enjoy it. But I think this is all kind of just boiling down to like moderation. You know, if you binge like seven episodes, I think this is all kind of just boiling down to like moderation. You know, if you binge like seven episodes, I think this is all kind of just boiling down to like moderation. You know,
Uh-oh.
it's like
There's an echo.
I know. I just
This
heard all
says
that.
that, but sometimes you need to deal with reality on TV to see others' perspective. Okay, that's a good one. Miss
but then,
Lynn,
you
is
know,
there a go-to for you in reality TV shows?
No.
Nope, that was a real quick. Nope, nope.
No.
It was one reality TV show I used to watch when I was younger that I loved, and it was called Fear Factor. Just because
Oh,
of
I
the
remember
name.
Fear Factor.
Fear
Yeah.
Factor was a reality show that I would watch, like, oh my God, what are they going to do next? So that was one of my favorites that I used to watch. Now is one that I can't stop watching because I think it's the dumbest thing ever. And I always want to see how far will you take it. Is Love and Lockup. I feel like that show has drawn me in because I cannot imagine the things that they do on this show. Like, for real. And it draws me in because I just want to see the stupidity of people.
All
So
I
I do.
know is
What-
if everybody keeps talking, there's more shows out here. It's like I don't even have time to think about all these shows.
Right.
I've never heard of that one.
I'm telling you, that's the only two that I could think
Love
of.
and Lockup.
Love and Lockup. So it's a reality show about people who date people that are locked up.
Oh, okay.
So they have made it into like three parts: love during lockup, love after lockup. So it's Love and Lockup, I call it.
Well,
now I got to ask you, Taylor, what in the world would be interesting about that?
Because I like to see the stupidity of these people feeling like they're really in love with these prisoners who are conning them. And when they get out, they're going to get married and live this long life together. Like, really? You really feel like this is going to happen? So when they get out, the reality really hits them. And then when they get conned,
My
it's
love.
like, how you didn't know that?
They could find that love. You don't know.
What was
but it's somebody's reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a few of them that they say have made it, but majority, 95% don't. So I keep watching it because of that.
I love when they after the show, like they went on to get married in Hawaii. And they did this, and they have like the finishing credits for their life.
I do not know what's going on with this.
Right, right. It's crazy. It is crazy. So final thoughts. Final thoughts.
Well,
Control, what's your final thought? Oh, no. Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead, Larry.
no, I was just going to say my final thought would be that reality TV has been very detrimental, you know, to a lot of people, not necessarily just younger people, but a lot of people. Because, you know, I think that there are people that just can't deal with the difference. And there are people that don't believe that it's scripted.
Right.
You know, they believe that that is reality.
That's true.
And that's when, you know, you need to sit down and watch a good sitcom or something like that just to get your mind turned to mush.
Right.
Maybe
right.
that's what, 'cause
Keep a
I
good
watch
balance.
a lot of sitcoms. That's probably what's going on there, huh?
All right. Kentrell, what's your final thoughts on reality TV harming society? Is it or is it not?
It's definitely harming society, like especially the kids, because the kids, they anything they see, they gonna remember that. Because I remember Jersey Shore. I used to love Jersey Shore, watched
Remember that.
all of them. But as I got older, I realized that it's toxic, so I don't even care about reality TV. Like, it's boring. But when I see it, I know it's scripted, so I'm laughing. I'm like, okay, they cut right here, so she can throw this glass, or she can say this. So I'm already doing it. I'm already doing
Right.
it. 14 and under, it's very toxic for you, and it's overall, it's not good for you if you're 14 and under.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Russell? Final thoughts?
You know, I said it earlier about modern. That's the whole purpose of watching that people watch these shows. So that's an awareness. So there are people actually watching these to learn and make nuggets out. But I think when you take it as a whole and you kind of numb your brain out, and like that's all you that as fact, and you don't really have time to think for yourself. I think that's when it's a problem. But I think it does kind of although it's much like drugs, alcohol, whatever, it's bad. That's what I think.
Okay. Nice. Keone, final thoughts?
All right. So, my final thoughts, and I say this with everything. Every generation, everything that's happening, these kids save the children. Look, children are just like everybody else. There's going to be some good ones, and there's a bunch that's destined to be assholes, okay? No matter what they're watching on TV. When I was little, it was the cartoons, the video games, the children, the moral corruption of our kids. I was going to be a serial killer because I played Grand Theft Auto as a teen. Like, everybody calm the hell down, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Every generation, there's a new thing that's corrupting our, like, this is the thing that annoys me. A bunch of news outlets hyperventilated because Hanna-Barbera cartoons said that Thelma was a lesbian on Scooby-Doo. That's not a news flash. We've been thinking that for decades. And all of these old farts are on the news talking about they're trying to force this on our children. And I'm like, what was Snagglepuss? Okay? What was the Pink Panther?
Now, Snagglepuss was not a lesbian.
No, Snagglepuss was gay as the day is long. Heavens to Megatroy. Exit. Stage left. Stage right even. Okay? The Pink Panther's little fruity behind. And Pepe Le Pew was a sexual assault magnet. So, like, what are we talking about? Like, this stuff has been around forever.
We've got scattered my whole life here.
We've got these things in cartoons. You've got priests touching kids. Like, stop it, everybody. None of this is new.
Right.
Yep.
Nothing new. So what do? So what do we do if none of this is new? Hey, you try your best to live a good life and be a good example for others, as many people as you can.
Right.
And that's all you can do. Because 30 years from now, the kids who are teenagers now are going to be sitting in chairs having the same discussion. These damn kids and blah, blah, blah.
Okay. True. Lynn, final thoughts?
My final thoughts. I don't have time.
Just cut and dry, just like that.
I mean, it's we can sit here. It's mind-boggling to sit here. All of us being in the entertainment world recognize it's about ratings. It's about making money. I am saddened at the fact that we contribute, society, people, whatever. I don't mean us as the panel. Contribute to everybody, to people making money, ratings going high because we like drama. Okay? I'm saddened by the fact that that's what people prefer to watch and do versus getting up, feeding somebody hungry, recognizing that everybody out there is part of the human race. But I can't fix everybody. I can only do and be me and live and be the best example that I can be. And I can recognize that I know it's entertainment and that's not my choice for entertainment.
Awesome. My final thoughts is it should be called reality check sometimes. So take it with a grain of salt. It's all for entertainment.
Right.
Have a conversation if you're unsure, but it is entertainment with a little bit of realness to it, but it is a little bit of script. So reality check. Do that every single time.
Look, that new show.
New
We got 2 new shows today. Love in a Hot Tub.
A reality check.
A reality check. Right.
Love it. So I hope you enjoy our show of My Perspective Friday. Catch My Perspective Monday on Monday. Like, subscribe, and comment. And we'll see you next Friday. Have a good one. Take care.
Y'all be blessed.
Yeah, everyone.